I saw a tweet that said, and I'm just going to read it here: social media is designed to make you think, maybe I should be somewhere else, do something else with someone else. But if you always think your happiness is somewhere else, it'll never be where you are. And basically, it inspired this video. My first thoughts when I read that was that I don't think social media was designed to make us think those things, because designed means that it was like it was deliberately created, or that was the purpose of it. And I don't think that was a purpose. I mean, if we think back to the days before Facebook was a thing, or when it was just starting out to be a thing, I think the whole idea was good. It was a space that was created where we can just share like our lives and our memories, but also talk in real time with people like across the states. I don't know about you guys, but I remember the days trying to call like my relatives from the abroad, and it was just a nightmare. But now you can just text them in real time, you can call them in real time, and I think that's great. But I think as life has progressed and lifestyles have changed and different things have happened, I definitely think that there's a lot going on in social media, and I too have been a victim of feeling some type of way when you see certain posts, when you see how your friend is doing so much better than you and your age mates, and you look at this person, you're like, oh, maybe that's what I should get, maybe that's how I should be dressing, maybe that's what I should be eating, right? And I know a lot of people also still struggle with this. You find yourself comparing yourself to strangers on the internet. Personally, for me, it's not strangers, it's people that I know who just seem to have it a lot more together than I do. I just wanted to share with you some of the things that have helped me find happiness right where I am, and not constantly looking at what so-and-so is doing and how they're doing better and what I should be eating and how I should be improving my life and that kind of thing, and being bombarded with all of that. So the first thing that really helped me find happiness where I am is unfollowing accounts that make me feel some type of way. But I want to be very careful on this one, because I think it's really not a them problem, because for them, they're just posting, living their best life. Great for them, right? It's a me problem. I need to learn how to not compare myself to people. It's okay to unfollow people, but I think at the core, it's a you problem. I still think that you should also work on, learning to be grateful and content with everything that you have. Which brings me to point number 2, and that is practicing gratitude. This is something I used to do way back when and then stopped, but it's something I'm restarting now, because I think it's such a powerful way to remind yourself that you're actually doing a lot better than you think you are. And even just having like a gratitude journal, I use an app personally because it reminds me every day that I need to mention some things that I'm grateful for. Plus it has different prompts. I'll leave the app link in the description box below if you guys are interested. So yeah, see that you're actually really awesome as you are. You don't need to be anywhere else doing something else with someone else. That, just the way things are is okay. It is totally okay. And then the third thing that has helped me find happiness right where I am is limiting my social media use, which honestly is very difficult because a lot of my work is done online. So if it's not like my mental health page or my TikTok or whatever, creating content online, then it's other stuff, that I'm doing for research. I run a lot of social media pages, so I'm constantly on my phone. But one thing I'm learning to do is when I do go on social media, then I'm going there for work and maybe just to respond to a few messages, watch a few videos, and then log off. So limiting my social media use has been a way of just kind of helping me settle into the space where I am, and just finding happiness right here, as opposed to scrolling endlessly on my phone all day every day and not really being in the present moment. And then the last thing, which also just speaks to my last point, is practicing mindfulness and being present when you're around people, not being on your phone and not being so engrossed in what's happening elsewhere. Spending more time in nature, spending more time with family and with friends, the people in your lives who do make you feel good, spending more time with them, talking to them more, I think for me has been quite helpful in finding happiness right where I am. And of course, meditation, mindfulness, and doing all those guided meditation stuff like in the mornings just helps me feel more grounded and less anxious, because that's another thing that social media does, at least for me sometimes, is create a lot of anxiety, because now I'm thinking, oh my days, this person, we're the same age, but they seem to have a lot more than me, or they seem to be doing a lot more than me, you know? And that creates a lot of anxiety, because you now start thinking like, what am I doing? And you start having all these thoughts that you wouldn't have had if you just stayed off of social media and been mindful and present and grateful and everything in between. Those were really just my 2 cents, and I thought I would just share it with you guys. And I hope this video has been helpful for anybody who is also struggling with comparing themselves to social media. Comparing themselves to strangers on social media, but also just kind of finding social media something, you know, difficult to grapple with. Like, you want to be on there, but you just hate being there because it makes you feel terrible, you know? But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.